Hello, everybody. You're listening to the Fair with the Podcast. It's your boy, 2K Suave. I'm joined with Alex Rodriguez, and we are so excited to bring you this episode of this podcast today. So, when the cat's out the bag, in case you don't know by now, Luka Doncic is no longer with the Mavericks, and holy shit, I thought about us doing an emergency podcast, A-Rod. You know why I didn't do it? I wanted us to kind of just let the dust settle. You know, like an explosion happens. You just kind of just want everything kind of just to die down a little bit so we can actually gather our thoughts and let shit kind of just come together. Um, A-Rod, how are you doing in this on this fine Super Bowl week, mind you? Super Bowl week. How are you doing today?
Holy sports week, man. I have not, I've literally not done anything productive except go down rabbit holes on a lot of things. I have not
A
done
bit.
anything. It's been wild. It has been so fucking wild. Just when you were all hyped and ready for the Super Bowl at fucking like, what was it, 11 o'clock at night, the Lakers pulled the trigger for Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. That has to go down as like one of the biggest trades in NBA history
No,
right
no,
there.
no. It is the biggest. This is the first time two All Pro players, all NBA first team play. All I don't know if they're both all NBA players have been traded for each other. The very next season after both being all NBA players. Like this has never happened. Like we've seen the decision, we've seen Kevin Durant go to State, but those are free agency moves. You know what I mean? Yeah, we've seen a lot of the Shaq, go to LA. We've seen shit. We ain't never seen this shit before. So, guys, this is the big week. You know how like a lot of these betting sites, a lot of these commercials call it the big game. I don't understand. Some people call it like why is it some people call it the Super Bowl, some people just call it the big game. I don't know. It's weird. Like I don't know. There's some copyright type of bullshit going on there, but we have a lot to get to today, y'all. We're gonna kick it off with Super Bowl shit. We're gonna get
So
to
excited for NBA talk. I'm
we're
so
gonna
excited.
get to Luca. We're gonna get to All Stars. We got a lot of shit to talk about today, right? Um, I do want to start things off though with just how much can change in a week, right? And just how my weekend went. Because I don't. This is not even a crazy, wacky, funny. This is just like a soapbox, and I'm gonna give you your soapbox, and then we're gonna take it to the Super Bowl. All right, my soapbox. It's the weekend. Saturday was a pretty cool sports day for me. Early on in the day, there's soccer on, there's UFC on. Israel Adesanya, my dog, got to retire.
I love you, bro. You're the only MMA fighter I love, bro. Hang it up.
So I have to see my dog go down again. So that was tough. And I remember that happened what 1:30 p.m. Because they were in Saudi Arabia, I believe. And I
Yeah.
remember I texted my fight group chat. I was like, well, on to the Royal Rumble tonight because the Royal Rumble was going to be later. I'm a WWE like stand. In case y'all don't know, I've been following this shit closely my whole life, right? And going into that Royal Rumble, a wrestler by the name of Jay Uso, that is who I was actually cheering for to win the whole thing. I didn't think it was going to happen. I was like, I'm cheering for Jay Uso. So the rest of the, because I went to Raw last year for the first time. That was my first ever live event I ever went to. Great till this day, is the greatest sporting event I ever went to. It's just the most exciting, thrilling shit I ever went through. Right? I want so I've been and he was there and like the way he got the crowd and got to just buy in. I've been a fan of him. I've been like a super fan of him ever since. So he wins the Royal Rumble, and I'm on cloud 12,005. Right? I'm drinking. I made myself some homemade. I call it a Brooklyn iced tea. I call it a Brooklyn iced tea. It was some strong shit I was drinking, and so I'm a little tipsy. I'm just feeling myself, whatever. Jay Uso, let's go. Then I switched to the Laker game because LeBron played at the Garden, right? And I'm like, I gotta see my dog LeBron.
Beat
I
us.
I thought, Mr. Big Fan. I said he'll probably get blown out. I flip it over. I'm like, oh shit, Bron doing some shit. Bron go fucked around, drop another triple double in LA. Hence why I'm wearing this Ice Cube Boys in the Hood shirt because he fucked around and dropped the triple double. And I was like, damn. Bronny got into the game. He hit his layup. I was like, yo, this is fantastic. I drink a little bit more. Right? So it's about 11:45 p.m. at this time. I fell asleep. I passed you the floor because you were awake. And what happened at that time for you?
All I said was, oh my God. Luka Doncic has just been traded to the Lakers for Anthony Davis. And I started to go down the rabbit hole as quick as I could then. And this lasted for like 3 days, by the way. This was 3 days of digging, and then sure enough, some other stuff came up throughout the week. But oh man, it is spicy stuff there, man.
NBA Twitter got rewoken up again. Like I hate myself because I was like, I normally will wait till about 2 a.m. For the first time ever, I fall asleep because I'm a little tipsy, you know what I'm saying? But I wake up like at 3 in the morning, and my phone is all just lit the fuck up. I thought somebody died. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, because this was like it was bringing, the Kobe thing just happened 5 years ago around this time. So like I was having flashback. I was like, oh my God, who died, bro? I was so concerned, bro. And I see this shit. I'm like, I'm half asleep, mind you. I'm like, why haven't I woken up from my dream yet? And then everything's coming out, bro. I'm in and out of sleep because I'm still a little tipsy when I'm asleep. I'm just like, whoa, and I'm just looking. Long story short, that Saturday was the craziest Saturday ever. Sunday, I spent all day just like, having to remind myself. Did you watch the Pro Bowl, by the way?
It's boring, bro.
I did not watch one snap of football this weekend.
I didn't watch it either, but I saw highlights. I'm like,
who won?
What we're doing? They put fake hands on players to catch balls. Like
on Instagram.
Man.
Who won the game? I am curious. Look at people talking shit about the NBA All-Star game. About they don't care no more. And they got Mickey Mouse hands.
Oh, I got it.
I don't even know who played on Sunday, mind you, who won. Anyway, so all of that, and we're putting that to the back burner right now. Okay? We're going to put all this in the back burner just to let y'all know what we're going to talk about.
The crazy thing I want to do is the Mavericks think they make a big splash and then fuck up on their IG post honoring AD as a Maverick and call him a 9-time All-Star when he's a 10-time All-Star. And he saw that and corrected it, which is funny as fuck to me.
Nico, I don't know shit about Nico Harrison before. He fucked up a pitch.
Lot about Nico Harrison because he's a Nike exec.
Guy. He messed up a pitch to Steph Curry by calling him Steph Curry.
So,
this shit is all sloppy all the way through, and we're gonna get to all that NBA shit later.
Yeah, I went down that rabbit hole.
We're gonna talk about the big game. We're gonna talk about the Super Bowl that is upon us. Today, as we're recording this, today actually marks the 7-year anniversary of the Philadelphia Eagles winning a Super Bowl against the New England Patriots. I just want to make sure I let y'all know that. I was going down memory lane on my phone. I drank a lot of champagne that night. I cried that night. And that was the last time I felt any joy. Which playing, bro? I've been married since then.
I don't want to hear that, okay, as a Jets fan, okay? Don't.
My bad. But anyway, I just remember how good I felt that day, right? And then I fast forward 7 years later, where we're at right now. We obviously lost 2 years ago, and that one hurt a lot. And now we're here, right? And I've been trying to avoid a lot of the jargon from the media. I don't like. So one thing about me, when it involves my team, I don't listen to the media because I'll go like you do with beat writers. I will go listen to beat writers. I will go read like the real shit. All that shit on Sports Center, all that shit on FS1, all that. I can't listen to that shit because it plagues the way my think.
It's like modern news. It's like modern news. It's not like news.
I want to do my own research, my own this and that. I don't want to hear it because, like, to me, it's all entertainment, and they're all just gonna. It's the same shit over and over. They've been calling Jalen Hurts trash all year, and I'm like, okay, bro.
Now
we won 17 games this year.
That what y'all want? That's what y'all want? That what y'all want?
Okay. But I will say, media day kicked off, and Jameis Winston, bro.
Give that man a job. Fuck the New York Giants. Give that man a job there. He's made for this.
Jameis Winston is ready. He had like a weird start to his life with the crab legs and
he's turned it around and uses it as a joke.
Dog. I mean, it's the way like former coaches and stuff like talk about him and how he is in the locker room. So Jason Kelce has his late night show now, and he was on there with Ryan Clark and his comedian, I don't remember his name. And I mean, he was a gem. He was like I was like, yo, this dude is so good for TV. Fuck getting CTE and ACLs and Achilles, bro. Go get your money in the media, bro. That's where the money is at for you. You got this shit figured out already. Like, we see how we all gravitated so quickly towards Marshawn Lynch. We just knew, like, oh, this dude is made for this shit. Anything Marshawn Lynch touches now is gold. Like, he got the podcast, he's got he's done movies, he's done TV shows on Netflix, he's done the third Amazon Prime shit. They find shit for you when you are captivating like that. And to me, Jameis Winston is captivating. The way he's been able to help. I don't like to watch media shit when the Eagles are there, but I've paid attention to a little bit of media shit. I'm all right, I want to see the Jameis. This is funny, right? So I've been staying away from all the jargon, right? You obviously probably have done the opposite. You're plugged in and everything. So what are the streets saying right now about this game? Because I only know what I know. From your perspective right now, what are the streets saying? Meaning like ESPN and FS1s and the CNN, whoever. What are the streets saying about it?
I mean, I'll be honest. I've been staying away from me. I stay away from ESPN and all that a lot lately now since, I'm displaced and I don't have the normal setup, so I don't really watch a lot of ESPN. But looking as far as what I see on Twitter, on social media, beat writers for the most part, I try not to stick to the fan pages and things like that. Those are for a good laugh for me. But it's pretty even right now. I see a lot of evenness in the playing field right now with these two teams. I think with having a Saquon Barkley on the team, that immediately puts your odds up there in contention for things. Not taking away from the million other weapons on the Eagles team. There's so many weapons on that team, but just the way Saquon has had a year. I've been saying the guy has had an MVP year, but he's not going to win MVP because, they're not going to give it to a running back. If he would have got those 2,000 yards, maybe we'd have another conversation, but he didn't want to do that.
2,000. He just didn't break Eric Dickerson's record.
Or Eric Dickerson.
He did get 2,000.
If he did break Eric Dickerson's record, maybe we'd have a conversation. But that's wild to think that. Anyways, the playing field looks really, really even with everything that I've been seeing. So, just a lot of ref bashing, if anything. So that's officiating bashing. So, yeah.
Yeah, and if you look at it from a Vegas perspective, like when you want to really break it down, I always look at what Vegas is talking about and see what they say. It is literally like a dead heat between us and them. They're currently favored by 1 point, so basically it's a pick 'em type of game. Now I do want to have a little bit of fun. I know we did this a little bit last year. They got all these Pro Bowl, Super Bowl odds and shit for coin flip, Gatorade colors. So we're gonna have a little bit of fun. I want you to take notes on this shit because I want to see. I will not be betting on this game because of the magnitude of the game. In case y'all don't know shit about me.
You saw the ladies parlay already.
I saw that. Cool. I cannot tell. I can't do nothing because I'm Hard Rock app. Y'all need to chill and leave me alone. They've been trying to send me all these profit boost and this and that. I'm like, listen, I'm not betting. Leave me alone. And my degenerate ass be looking still. I'm like, maybe. But anyway, they are the Chiefs are slight favorite. Understandably so. They are the 2-time defending champs. going for a 3P. So I definitely understand that. So, um, let's talk X's and O's, right? I'm gonna give you the floor, and I want you to give it from both sides. And I want true X's and O's, not conjecture, not opinions. I want your true analysis on this one. The Chiefs will win why, and the Eagles will win why. I want you to start with the Chiefs. The Chiefs will win the Super Bowl because why?
Because of Patrick Mahomes. That's just all you got to know. Because that man is going to be the best thing smoking when he hangs it up.
Yep.
We saw Tom Brady, and we all know Tom Brady. I'm not saying we're going to forget Tom Brady, but he's going to have to take the passenger seat on this. This kid is.
Oh, I said it last year, and y'all bashed me.
We've been saying it, man. I truly believe the kid is going to do great things. They set this man up for success every year. They do it. Even when we poo-poo on the team. I mean, you did. You poo-pooed on it. You're like, this team isn't built. When I was like, it's Patrick Mahomes, bro. It could get him cardboard cutouts at Jason Kelce, and he'd still find a way to win this thing.
And funny enough, they used to say the same thing about Tom Brady. That's how you know Patrick Mahomes is that dude. They said, yo, they just get dudes from Dorchester, and Tom Brady said he's down there somewhere.
Bro, like the guy is amazing. They're gonna win if they do that, and I don't know what else. Just Patrick Mahomes. If he doesn't have like a out of body game, you know, where he's horrible or something, like he has a horrible game, then that's the only thing I can think. Patrick Mahomes. That's it. That's my.
All right, and then the Eagles will win because why?
Eagles will win because they have that willpower to beat the team that beat them. They want that back. AJ Brown had to see a loss. Devontae Smith had to see a loss. Jalen Hurts had to see the loss. All them boys had to see that loss. And there's two factors into this that are playing into it. The fact that Jason Kelce isn't there, and they want this for that man. They really want to win this for that man. He should be there. He should have came out of retirement and said,
"Fuck." And Fletcher Cox, my dog.
Yeah, should have been there for that. And the hunger of Saquon Barkley. That man is the most humblest player I have ever seen in the world. The stories I read about this guy, how good he is, how he loves the city of Philadelphia after they embraced him so quick, and just wants to win. The one thing that I will say is I hope that the Eagles don't do is get cute with Saquon. Just do what you do. Do what you do. This is a 2-time Super Bowl winning championship team that you're going up against. Or should more than that, but back-to-back Super Bowl champions.
Three
times that they've won. 4 times they've been and I think when the Patrick Mahomes is it 4 times or 5 times?
This will be because he lost to the Bucs. He's won. This is his 5th. God, he's already been to the Super Bowl 5 times. Jesus Christ.
So
he just got drafted yesterday.
Just don't get cute, man. That's all I can say. Nick Sirianni, like, know your assignment, know your opponent. Go in there and use every weapon you have. Goddard has been showing out, man. AJ Brown, just when we write him off and we think it's reading rainbow, he comes out in big games. Devontae Smith, he's like, you know, you never seen Jurassic Park, but he's the second Velociraptor that's right there in your face, man. You don't even know it, man. This team is I have been a fan for a long time, and I put more. I put more of it on Howie Roseman and how he's gotten to do all this and put this roster together. So don't get cute, man. This is your time. You got one shot. Like Eminem said, you got one shot. Do it. Don't Dan Campbell yourself. Don't Dan yourself.
And I look I look back at to the Super Bowl for 2 years ago. How do you what's LV2? Is that 52? Yeah, that's 52. So I look back at Super Bowl 52, and if you just blind reveal this shit, you would have. There's no way we lost it, and that's what I did this shit last week with Josh Allen, and that's Mahomes. I said, if you put the stats, just put the blind reveal, the Bills should have won that game. I put the blind reveal on this one, and it's just time of possession, Eagles 35 minutes. Patrick Mahomes Chiefs, 24 minutes. We out-timed them by 9 minutes. Total yards, 417, them 340. First downs, we have more first downs. The only difference, we had one turnover, they had 0. And that one turnover was a fumble rooski to the house by Bolton. And that was honestly the difference in the game. Outside of that, Mahomes had 182 passing yards. and Jalen Hurts, 304 passing yards, 27-38. He also had 15 carries for 70 yards and 3 touchdowns. He had 4 total touchdowns in the game. So it was like, on paper, you'd be like, golly, how did they lose this game? A.J. Brown, 6 for 96 and a touchdown.
Make it make sense if I'm an alien, right?
That's what I'm saying. Just drop the alien off. People like, damn, this Eagles team was good. And the one thing, because if the formula stays the same, right? Kenny Gainwell, 7 carries, 21 yards. Miles Sanders, 7 carries, 16 yards. Boston Scott, 3 carries, 8 yards. Between our number 1, 2, and 3 running backs, take Jalen Hurts out the equation. Jalen Hurts was the MVP of that game. All right? Take Jalen Hurts out the equation. Between our 3 running backs in that game, they had a combined 17 carries for 45 yards. That's horrible. Give Saquon Barkley 17 carries. We go into the chip. We go into it. And that to me, I don't want to pick, I don't like to, me, I'm very superstitious. But I'm like, the difference between last time and this time, because you look on paper, it's the same team. They got DeAndre Hopkins now, obviously way better player, but they haven't used him. Travis Kelce is a little bit older. He's not the same. But overall, we're looking at the same teams, right? The only trump card, we got Saquon Barkley. And he, you know how I feel about him all year long, right? I still don't get it. I still don't understand how we pull this shit off. How the hell did he pull this shit off? Like, Rob Pelinka getting Luka Doncic was one thing, dog. Us getting Saquon, bro. I'm like, really? Y'all gave up Saquon to us? I mean, they didn't give it us to us, but y'all knew we was in a listen. If we tied to a player and Howie Roseman can get it done, he gonna get it done, bro. So John Mara, he came on the show on Hard Knocks. He is our most popular player. I would not be able to sleep at night if it goes to the Eagles.
Howie Roseman said, hello.
They're driving up the price. I'm like, come on, bro. It's just the situation it's just I don't know, man. It's crazy. So we got Saquon now. I don't know. I saw Joe Mixon have a pretty good game against them. I saw Cook from what's his name? What's the Buffalo Bills' first name? Cook's first name? I don't know. Whatever.
James
Cook? Is that his name for real?
Yeah, Dama little brother.
Yeah, I saw Dama little brother go crazy last week. But he played well last week too. If they going crazy, Mr. Saquon 2K, remember CJ 2K? We got Saquon 2K. If Saquon 2K go crazy, bro, I just don't know how they can keep up with us. But on the flip side, how will the Chiefs win the game? They got Patrick Mahomes. And last week, watching, the jubilation of watching the Eagles win that NFC Championship game, I had to watch the AFC Championship game right after. So I'm trying to figure out who's going to win the game, right? I want to see the Chiefs because I'm a revenge guy. You know what I mean? Like, that is what I want. That shit is what I yearn for, man. I want to see us get our revenge. And we got our revenge on Tom Brady back in 7 years ago today. And I would love to get our revenge. I just know that Patrick Mahomes is like, if we're playing against Josh Allen, no offense, I know how you feel about Josh, but I would not be as concerned. I'd be like, yeah, we probably gonna win that shit by 2 touchdowns. Only because it's not Patrick Mahomes. Our team on paper is just so fucking good. And when it comes down to it, that's my biggest concern is that last game, Patrick Mahomes, when we played him in that Super Bowl, had a high ankle sprain, and he went into the locker room at halftime. We was up. He went into the locker room. We was up 24-14 going into halftime. and he hobbled into the locker room, right? Came out like Willis Reed, and we could not stop him. he got that little shot. Came out like we could not stop the dude, bro. So
it feels good.
I was like, but if there's any consolation, Taylor Swift went 0-4 at the Grammys. Dallas and Patrick Mahomes' favorite team, the Mavericks, lost Luka Doncic. He said he's sick. So take one. They not like us, bro.
Just remember, Kendrick Lamar went 5 for 5 and proved violence is the answer that day. Made a song about pedophilia.
You can we not? We're gonna have to bleep. I need you to edit that word out. I'm telling you, it causes like views to go down. Can't say that word. Anyway, I saw Taylor Swift. Mind you, Taylor Swift was looking good at the Grammys. That dress, I don't know about Bianca's story, Kanye wife. That was different. But Taylor Swift, she looked good in the red. I think she wore the dress really well. But she was even dancing to it. They're not like us. She had her glass. I was like, dog, Drake gotta go to the Maldives. He gotta go. But all right, let's just break it. Give me you want to do predictions now, or do you want to do these cool parlays now? I mean, cool bets now.
Cool parlays.
All right. We're gonna look at some of these cool ones. I want you to take some note, because again, I'm not putting real money on it, but this is gonna be our version of pick'ems. All right, this is gonna be our version of pick'ems. All right. So, you want to do Super Bowl? All right, Super Bowl MVP. Patrick Mahomes is at plus 115. Saquon Barkley is at plus 250. Jalen Hurts is at plus 300. Those are your top three. Therefore, I would save that one, because that'll give away who you're gonna pick to win the game. So we're gonna save that one. All right. Coin toss. Heads or tails?
Hold on, I'm taking notes. Coin toss. Tails.
I'm with you. Tails never fails. Actually, no. I'm going. If it goes to overtime, that means we lost. Anyway, if it goes to overtime, it's going to be tails at overtime. In the beginning, it's going to be heads at the beginning of the game. I'm going heads.
Okay.
All right. National anthem. I don't know who. Do you know who John Batiste is? John Batiste is.
Yeah, you know who John Batiste is?
Who's that?
It's amazing, fucking artist.
Who's that?
He won like Grammy or Grammy last year.
Bro, I don't. Come on, man. Let me look at his face. Let me look at his face. Yeah, I don't know who that is. So here's
John Baptiste, man.
The national anthem. They have it at 120.5 seconds, which is exactly 2 minutes and change. It's 2 minutes. Will it be over or under? Exactly 2 minutes, basically. 120 seconds. Yeah, under.
Under.
The under is that plus.
Jazz musician, so
he does jazz.
He does jazz, yeah.
So how does that go with the anthem? Oh, say, can you see? I'm going over.
You going over?
No. Right. Oh no, I'm going under. I'm going under. Yeah, I'm going under. All right. What color will the Gatorade be? Here are the options. And it's crazy what they have favored on here. The favorite is purple at plus 125, right? So you got purple at plus 125. They got lime, green, and yellow all together. So basically, green or yellow at plus 225. They got orange at plus 450. They got blue at plus 525. They have red at plus 800. And then wild cards is water, and like no liquid will be poured on the coast.
I'm going green, yellow.
Green, yellow
Mm-hmm.
at plus 225. You know what? I wish I knew. I wish I remember what color it was last year. You know, I'm gonna go with
It's purple last year.
it was purple last year.
Mhm.
They think it's gonna be purple 2 years in a row. They wilding. I'm going orange. Nah, that's too close to Chiefs colors. They gonna think.
I
Oh,
say green, yellow because it's a middle between the two. You gotta have greenish yellow. That's like the Gatorade staple point, and it's kind of green. And then that color is also used for the Chiefs. So I feel like that's the.
I'm going orange.
All right.
I'm going orange. That's just all right. Who will the Super Bowl MVP mention first in their speech? God or Jesus, minus 250, their teammates, plus 200, or the city, plus 1400. They have other options like coach, owner, family members, or doesn't say any of the above. You want to, let's skip that one. I'm going to skip that one. All right. All right. When they sing America the Beautiful, between Travis Kelce and Saquon Barkley, who are they going to show first?
Saquon.
Between Mahomes and Jalen Hurts, who are they going to show first?
Mahomes.
I'm going Kelce, and I'm going Mahomes. I'm thinking they're going to go Kelce to Mahomes, and then they're going to go to the Eagles. All right. What else? What else is cool on here? Who's going to win the coin toss?
I'm gonna say the Chiefs.
I'm with you. I'm with you with the Chiefs. All right. Outside of that, is there anything else going to be cool? Some of these are weird because they have like the first TV advertisement. Booking.com versus Bosch. Why would Bosch be like is Bosch coming like is Bosch the thing? You know, Bosch like the why would that be a first app? We're gonna skip that. We know there's gonna be a GoDaddy ad. Ooh, between Booking.com and GoDaddy, what ad you gonna see first? Because you definitely gonna see both of those.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
GoDaddy.
I'm going Booking.com. I'm going Booking.com. They in New Orleans, it's probably gonna be a little bit of this and that and travel bullshit. Ooh, damn. Celebrity guest. I wonder how they want to. Oh, okay. Damn, they got okay. Now we're gonna do halftime shit. All right, we're gonna do halftime shit, and then we'll have a little bit of fun. All right. So they have celebrity guests on here that's gonna to appear on stage. We already know SZA's gonna be there, right? You think Doechii gonna be there?
I pray she's there.
Damn, Tampa, Florida, stand up. Shout out to Doechii with a Grammy and shit. Good for her. We're not gonna do that one, but they also have on here people who they put money on to show up. Plus 125 Metro Boomin, plus 250 Doechii, plus 600 Anderson .Paak. That'd be interesting. ASAP Rocky plus 750. He going through a case. Nah, I don't think so. DeMar DeRozan plus 750. You think he show up?
That'd be dope if he did.
I gotta see if they don't play basketball in the Super Bowl. Sia, nah. U2, nah.
Sia?
Yeah.
Like the chick that doesn't show her face?
Yeah.
Why?
Have her at plus 1,500. They also have Jay-Z on here, which I don't have, but at plus 4,500. So I definitely don't see that happening. So, all right.
Where's Drake at on that?
Huh?
Where's Drake at on that? someone
Drake. And mind you, this is all odds provided by Bovada.com. I know some of y'all use Bovada because so you junkies, this is all available on Bovada. There's actually a category on here that's called Drake Curse. What team apparel will Drake be wearing on Super Bowl Sunday? I hope it's the Chiefs, dog. I hope it's the Chiefs. All right, another Kendrick one. The first song from the GNX album that he's gonna perform. I mean, we know the song. So we got Whacked Out Murals, we got Squabble Up, we got Luther, Man at the Garden, Hey Now. I'll tell you in order of how they're favorited. They have Squabble Up as the most favorited, as the first one, minus 165. TV Off is number 2 at plus 200. Luther is at number 3 at plus 325. And then Whacked Out Murals and Heart 6 are tied at plus 750. I'm thinking off of that album, the first song they play off of that album, basically between Squabble Up and TV Off, what you think he'll do first?
Squabble Up.
Why Squabble Up first?
It's hype, bro.
You know, the way they go start the show.
That's a transition beat right there.
That's a way to get the shit going, bro. I would love to get the show started like go right into
it makes you this. Yeah, that's the way to start it off, man.
I'm going. All right, you got Squabble Up. I'm going TV Off. I'm going TV Off. All right, and will Kendrick Lamar mention Drake?
Yeah.
By name, he gonna say his name. Hey Drake. He gonna say his name.
Yeah. Hey Drake. I heard you like me up.
I can't. I'm not rolling, bro.
I know he's gonna make a reference to it though. We're all gonna be like, yeah, fuck that clown.
Says that man's name, bro. That lawsuit. That lawsuit.
My lawyer's on the phone now.
You think he lying? Man, you know them lawyers are gonna be on the phone. ASAP Rocky, dog. All right. Oh shit, the Knicks is doing work. All right, cool. All right, and they also have some other ones on here, like will he wear a bandana?
Fucking dumb. Will he wear shoes?
Will he wear a bandana?
Will he comb his hair?
Will he wear a hoodie? Which I could see that happening. But
well, the Canadian tuxedo at the fucking Grammys, my God. I felt like I was the only one that noticed that.
Chef's kiss.
I was like,
Chef's kiss. All right. Yeah. Outside of that, we could go straight back. We go right back to football.
My mom asked me, she was like, "Who's Kendrick Lamar?" I was like, "He's the guy that keeps the neighborhood safe."
Hey, he does. That's a very good analogy. Oh my God, they have one on here. Taylor Swift with not pregnancy during Super Bowl. I saw her drinking at the Grammys, so unless it was a mocktail.
Mash that button, boys and girls. On that one. All right.
Travis Kelce to propose. What will happen to the price of Bitcoin during the Super Bowl? Dog, you can gamble. Dog, there are some. Y'all didn't turn their ass motherfuckers, dog. Y'all need to chill out, dog. This is crazy, dog. They got an Ethereum one. They got a Bitcoin one. They got categories for everything, dog.
People are fiends, man.
All right, let's get to the game.
Will Trump name the fucking Gulf of Mexico Gulf of America?
I mean, there's got to be something else they can name during the game. Like, we're not going to name it the Super Bowl no more. We're going to name it the Trump Bowl or some shit. I don't know. All right.
Canada snow Mexicans.
All right. Oh, here's always a good one. Will a non-QB throw a touchdown?
No,
that was before last year, wasn't? No, that was. Ooh, all right. Let's just get to the game. We've had a little bit of fun, all right?
Super Bowl. We're gonna do Super Bowl MVP one.
No, let's just we'll get to the game. Over under is set at 49. What you got?
I'm going over 49.
Over 49. Damn, that's a good number too.
It's a good number.
So I mean, the last game was 38-35, so that one went way over. But I think our defense is a little bit better. Their defense has been good. The only way we lose this game, if the number is under, we're losing this game. We need to score, and we need to score fast and beat their ass, basically. So the way my game script going, I think I'm going over. Nah, I'm going under. I'm going under. Super Bowl MVP. Who you got?
Mr. Shayshawn himself.
Shayshawn Barkley. You going with the running back?
He's had an amazing year, man. Just MVP. I want this to be his MVP.
Therefore, your winner of the Super Bowl is
Fly, Eagles, fly, baby.
Give me your score.
I'm gonna go 32-27.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I'm gonna go. My Super Bowl MVP is gonna be Jalen Hurts, and I'm going. Nah, it's gotta be Saquon. That's the only way. But Jalen Hurts played so well that last time.
There's a new process in town, and it ain't Joel Embiid. I don't care if he's back. Trust this process, man.
He's struggling right now with Dallas shit. No AD.
They're just mushing Kyrie's face in the cake. Like, hey, enjoy, asshole.
Kyrie, shit, he balling right now. Fuck.
He's by himself.
Over the seat though. All right, I'm going. So I'm picking the Eagles. Okay, cat's out the bag. I'm going with a score of 24-20. That's why I got the under. It's going to be 24-20, and I got Jalen Hurts winning the Super Bowl MVP. Because remember, so the way to beat this team, the Chiefs, remember playoff Lenny Fournette? He balled during that Super Bowl when they blew out the Chiefs, and they still get that shit to Tom Brady. So I think I can see a scenario where Saquon still does his shit, but you know that he gets to the 1 yard line and tush push, throws a back shoulder fade to AJ Brown. Yeah, I'm rocking with Jalen Hurts. Fly Eagles fly, go Birds. And that's how we're gonna do it. All right. Put a bow on the game. Is there anything else that you want to talk about with this game before we move on to bigger and better things?
I didn't see CJ Gardner once at media day. Thank God.
He's tame now, bro. I'm telling you, we needed
debate.
He went through his bullshit, went to Detroit, came back still on some bullshit, got thrown out of the Washington game where we lost about a month and a half ago, whatever. Ever since he came back,
he talked that shit on IG Live about the Bills right afterwards.
Don't worry about it, dog. Don't worry about it.
I am so happy for Zach Bond, though. And if we could mic up, what's the Australian guy, Jason Malata? If we could mic him up for every game,
yo, Bond, yo.
I was wondering what would break first, your spirit or body.
Dog, you know that dude can sing, by the way.
Yes, I know he can sing.
Bro, that dude, him and Jordan Davis, the can sing their ass off. Dog, they can sing. Oh, I love that dude, man. Dog, Howie Roseman, how? He goes to New Zealand, finds a rugby player. Yeah, you want to go play left tackle for the Eagles? One of the hardest positions in sports? Yeah, sure, I'll try it out. I love it. All right. Let's do it. You know how to kick off the show. You know what the fuck going on.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
You know what the fuck going on. So back to
Scott Phelps show.
Back to Saturday night. Shams. We all thought he got hacked. Apparently, I don't know. I wasn't awake.
He thought he got hacked.
I didn't. You know, it's like it was one of those things that I hate that I missed that whole thing because like I was not awake for one of the greatest moments ever in sports. That shit breaks my heart. I woke up that next morning, well, in the middle of the night, like, oh, how did I miss this shit? Oh, damn. But
meanwhile, the next day, DeAaron Fox, and he's like, I don't give a fuck. What happened?
I was scrolling through. DeAaron Fox get a chance. Okay, well.
Okay, that was coming.
Next. All right. In the most blockbuster trade I've ever seen in my life. We gotta talk. We gotta really like paint this picture, all right? We're talking about Luka Doncic. Who have I told you is on my short list of my favorite players? Is Luka, is Giannis, Tyrese Maxey. Those are like my favorite players after LeBron, right? I'm like, all right, well, I got Iverson. Cool, that era is over. I got LeBron. That era is coming to an end. I've been waiting for this moment for me to get to my next guy. I go back and forth between all these guys, right? And Luka that Dallas shit, he made it to the finals last year. We got 5-time All NBA player, all first team, by the way. 25-year-old, 5-time. This dude is a generational talent. I've been obsessed with his game because I realized what I like in a basketball player is that triple threat shit. Like, as much as everyone as growing up as a kid was so obsessed with Michael Jordan, I like Michael Jordan, but I was such a big Magic Johnson fan, and people thought I was weird. I'm like, bro, I like Magic Johnson. Dog. I don't know what to tell you. And then fast forward, I was a huge fan of Allen Iverson and Tracy McGrady and all that shit, so that's different. But the guys who are really like pushed as like, yo, this is the guy, right? Like, this is the guy. It was always the Magics of the world, the LeBrons of the world, and then we got down to Luka. We got down to Luka. I said, here it goes. You got another one. The generation got another one. Not as athletic. He's more of the Magic tilt. He's like a Magic with a better jump shot. That's basically what he is. He's a Magic with a better jump shot. Magic was not super athletic, but he knew how to just
finesse,
control the offense beautifully. You know what I mean?
And Luka can poster you too. Magic would never do. Magic would definitely lay it up on you.
Yeah, he'll lay it up. Magic was so smooth to me though. Like, he was just smooth.
I'm not taking away from Magic's game.
I know. It's like, because like at the same time I'm such a Dr. J fan. I know Dr. J's gonna yam it on you. So it's like, I don't know. Basketball is such an interesting sport. But anyway, Luka, he made it to the NBA Finals last year. There's no way in hell, no GM is trading a 25-year-old Luka Doncic for anything.
Wrong.
Wrong.
Wrong again.
All right. I want to hear again. I know we've already said it, but like, just your gut, because like I wanted the dust to settle. But before the dust settled, and now after the dust settled, I want your first real time reaction to like what the hell just happened. Like, what was your first initial just like, holy shit kind of moment?
So I was playing FIFA late at night, hating the game.
Told me FIFA sucks.
It does. Sammy laughs at me still that I keep playing it. I absolutely hate the game. The mechanics are broken, whatever. I still play it because I like to be competitive. So I'm playing FIFA and watching, I think I was watching The Dark Knight Rises on my laptop while I'm doing it. And I get the alert and I look at it and it says breaking news. I'm like, always love to see these type of things. What could it be? And it shows the trade. Shams reports that the Lakers are acquiring Luka Doncic from the Mavericks for Anthony Davis. More details on the trade to come. I paused that game and I was waiting for like the typo thing to come in, like the Aaron Judge signing with the Giants, and they put Arson Judge, and everybody immediately jumped on it and was like, "Oh, Aaron Judge is with the Giants. Aaron Judge," and then they like retracted that thing and saying mistake, not happen. I was like, this has to be a mistake. But then I just started seeing that it was a final deal. I was in shock. I went immediately to Twitter to just see like what everybody was saying. I started trying to see what beat writers were saying, people in the Dallas media and the LA media, um, and everyone was shocked. And the crazy part is, none of the big players knew this was happening. None of them.
Do we believe that, by the way?
To a certain extent, I do. Um, I don't want to sit. I don't like to. I know we say this is our Gossip Girls type shit. Like this is our reality trash.
Hey, Gossip Girls is a pretty dope show.
This is our ratchet bitch shit right here. This is what men like. This is our gossipy shit. So personally, me, I don't like to play onto that. I'm sure that there were some know-with-all with things, but the fact that the Dallas Mavericks only called the Los Angeles Lakers to get this done, didn't call anybody else, that tells me that this was a swift, like, take it or leave it. Take it or leave it. We're not calling anybody else. We're just calling you, and we want what you got. You know you want what we got. How are we gonna get this done? Danny Ainge apparently didn't even know he got thrown into the trade at the end of the day.
Poor little TT.
And Danny is the most fleecy motherfucker around.
Poor little TT finally got his. You deserve this, Danny Ainge. You deserve this shit.
Danny said, I got fleeced.
Who out?
So yeah, I want to believe no, because if you look at the night before that night, like LeBron posted shit about he's home, he's gonna relax, he's gonna eat, or he posted something. I think it was like a proud dad moment of Bronny or something. I don't know what it was. Bro, craziest thing I've seen in sports. Outside of going to watch the decision at a fucking Korean bar that I was at that day.
Another big time. But we were prepared for that moment. We didn't know where he was going to go, but we knew that decision was going to be made. Was July 9th, whatever it was. We knew on that day he has a decision to make today. Like I told you, I had just watched Royal Rumble. I had just watched LeBron hit a triple-double in New York. I went to sleep. I went to sleep. I was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, it's wild times, man. And it makes you think who's safe now in the NBA.
Shit, safe, bro. Here's my reaction.
When you allow me to go down the rabbit hole in this, I'll explain why some players are safe.
Oh shit.
But Luka, this is I feel bad for Luka Doncic the most. I read a lot of reports that said he cried because he did not want to get traded. He loves that city. He just bought
a house.
He just bought a $15 million home.
He didn't close on that. Like, what are y'all doing, bro? Like, come on, bro.
He bought a house. He gives so much back to that community. That city of Dallas has done so much for him. Dirk has shaped him to be what he is. And even Dirk was like, this is a guy that's like, I'm passing my torch to. And this new ownership doesn't care about basketball and doesn't care about their fans.
Sorry to cut you off. Mark Cuban said a couple years ago, if it's between me divorcing my wife and me trading Luka, sorry, wife.
Yeah. And I feel bad for Mark Cuban too, because he stepped back as owner, and a lot of people don't realize that. I got a lot of like memes saying, Mark Cuban, and then they showed that clip, and then like Undertaker to Luka or some shit like that. And I was like, dude, you do realize that Mark Cuban is not.
This is not what he wanted.
This is not what he didn't even know.
There's no way he would have approved if he was still in charge. Hell no.
Hell yeah, no. No, Chandler Parsons texted him. He's like, what just happened? He's like, I don't even know. And he's allowed for basketball overseer of operations. So that conversation happened with even out his knowledge.
Bruh, Genie Bus, they had no idea. Cuban and their ownership, no, because they said they laughed when Nico even approached him about it the first time. They said, What if we traded Luka? Okay, pal. Go back to recess, dog. What are you talking about? Bruh, the balls that you have to do this shit. Like on a Saturday, on the first Saturday in February, bro, you gotta be on some shit, dog. Like And it makes, and I know you said you, and again, here's my problem. I know you say you be reading shit, right? And you down these rabbit holes. I'm pissed off at all of the sudden they want to paint Luka to be this fat 270. They doesn't care about the team. He's this, he's that. I'm like, dog, what are y'all talking about? So from what you've read,
look at the Joker. Literally look at the Joker.
Yeah. I know.
Them boys in old USSR, they know how to ball. They know how to ball.
I remember Arvidas Sabonis got to the league at 35. They could not stop that man. He came into the league just, smoking cigarettes, big as shit. Like, I heard a story that he was talking about DeMontis, and he was like, my son, Kevin Garnett told the story. He was like, my son, he gonna be, he's just saying he gonna be him. Blah, blah, blah. And he was just 30, 36, 37, smoke. He said he was smoking a cigarette in the locker room like it was like Joe Namath, just chilling. I'm like, bro, that is what they do, bro. Like, you think Luka is out of shape for real, bro? Like, let's be honest, bro. Like, his out of shape ass dropped 35, 10, and 9 last year and took his team to the finals.
Hurt at that.
With a bad knee.
Yeah. Man had a lot of will. And if you want to play that, all those little draft picks that you draft in these drafts that all look alike. I can't even tell who, like, if you did, where'd he go to college now? I couldn't tell you because every one of these dudes look alike. Yeah, get me. Because I can't. NBA players now, they all look alike until they pull away and have some kind of identity as a player. Every one of them looks like Anthony Black from the Magic, whatever his name is.
Mike Williams.
They all look the same. They all look the same. Slender, like everybody wants a Kevin Durant build, but like at 6'6", 6'7". And I'm like, they all suck. Every one of them sucks.
Bro, the Sixers
got that weird hair or the low, man.
The Sixers were playing the Nuggets the other day, and for whatever reason, I don't know what the Sixers be doing sometimes. They kept switching Tyrese Maxey onto Jokic. I'm like, dog, Jokic about to kill us. Then I watched the Celtics game a couple nights ago where we blew a 26-point lead, and I see Tyrese Maxey guarding Kristaps. I'm like, dog, these Europeans have gotten better, bro. This is not the year. Remember back in the day how we used to talk about Europeans? It was like, they're a little soft. Da, da, da. This is not your grandma Europeans, dog. Europeans.
They need to send Adam Sandler over there and start scouting, man, because he's the only one that's gonna find the talent.
What was his name in the movie?
Sugarland or something like that. Sugarman.
I just remember my dog Anthony Edwards was that dog. But no, like, it's just, and to kind of give like the full. Let's talk basketball. All right, let's talk basketball. All right,
let's talk shop. Come on.
The Lakers receive 25-year-old Luka Doncic. Jerry West. George Mikan, Jerry West, Wilt Chamberlain, Magic Johnson, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille O'Neal, LeBron James, Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic. Dog, can you, like, as a Sixers fan, for now, I told you I'm on the outs. Listen, my dog LeBron's been playing for the Lakers for 7 years now. Hey, Luka, I might get a jersey, bro. I might get me a LA jersey. I don't give. Hey,
one of the Mavericks one, man, but
I have no loyalty to the Sixers right now. They just be doing shit that just piss me off. But anyway, they get 25-year-old Luka to go along with Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris, right? Dallas, they get Anthony Davis, they get Max Christie. I watch more Laker games than I watch any other basketball team, all right? Because of LeBron. I will say Max Christie, he's grown into his own this year. He's become a lot better of a player. And Anthony Davis, we gotta be like, we gonna talk basketball, right? They got Anthony Davis, they got Max Christie, right? And then the Jazz got fleeced. Jared Hood-Schifino, the Lakers have been trying to dump Jared Hook and Shafino on anybody that would take him. I heard they dropped him off there for like $160,000. Like, yeah, you want him? We'll give him to you for free. And then the Clippers 2025 second round pick and the Mavericks second round pick. So let's talk basketball. Everyone's, we posted on the story the other day who won the trade. It was 82% to 18% Lakers won the trade, right? Overall, 1,000% the Lakers won the trade. They got Luka Doncic for
got a generational talent. As of right now, they don't have a big, but hey, see what happens. If the Mavericks can make the finals without a big, maybe the Lakers can.
Well, they had centers. Anthony Davis said, I want to play the 4. I need a 5-man.
Go down that rabbit hole in a bit, man.
The Lakers said, I got you, dog. All right, let's look at the Mavericks before we look at the Lakers, all right? Because I want to get the Mavericks. Again, you got to give the dude credit, bro. You got to have balls to pull some shit off like this. Bro, this is the crazy. He knows if this don't work out in 2 years, I'm dog. They are already like the Mavericks. Shout out to Dallas Mavericks fans, by the way. They pulled up to the stadium quickly, like with the quickness to talk about this shit. Like this was not
off of work for that shit,
bro. This was bad because like what people don't understand about comparing sports, right? Baseball, basketball, football, hockey, right? Football is all about the shields, all about the team. They could trade away Dak. Nobody cares. They'll trade away CD Lamb, whatever. What do we get? It's all good because it's still about the Cowboys over anything, right? Let's go to the baseball team, the Rangers. Dog, they just be cycling through people over and over and over. Think about all right. Yankees is a kind of a different story, but even y'all just, it doesn't, like, y'all had a lot of different players go through that system, but you've had your Derek Jeter, so if you traded Derek Jeter, you probably bought the stadium too. But like outside of that, it's like it's not like it's unheard of for a player not to be there forever. You know what I mean? Basketball is such a player-driven sport. Like it's so different from no matter what, you're gonna be a Yankee fan no matter what. I'm gonna be an Eagles fan no matter what. The Sixers, they piss me off. I'm ready to go to somewhere else. Right? The Jets. I don't know, but no matter what, you still rocking with them, right? You still rocking with the Jets, no matter what. I'm still rocking with the Phillies, no matter what. All these other sports,
if the Eagles get Myles Garrett,
all these other sports as a team, we rock with them, right? But the Knicks, I know there's been times in which we're like, man, I don't really like the Knicks anyway. I don't really like these hoes anyway. Everybody during the bad Dolan years, every Knicks fan I heard, man, I ain't even a Knicks fan no more, bro. Until he sells the team.
Telling him, like, we're ready to jump. We're going to jump ship.
Ain't nobody will say that about the Yankees. Y'all all gonna rock with the Yankees forever.
And then we saw the Brooklyn Nets. That's all I can say.
All right, well, back to Dallas, all right? The thing about sports, about the NBA, it's so player-driven. I became a Sixers fan. I became a fan of every Philadelphia team sport outside of the Flyers because of one player, Allen Iverson. I want people to know that. I didn't have, when I was a kid, I lived in Detroit. Yeah, I lived in New York. And I became a Sixers fan while I lived in New York. I'm like, who is this Allen Iverson dude, right? So that's how the power of an NBA player. Luka Doncic in Dallas, bro, he captivated that city, dog. All the kids. You think the kids right now, they love LaMelo. They love John Morant. They love they love Luka. They love, especially the Mavericks fans, they love Luka. We got one, right? To be able to trade him.
Black people love Luka. Black people love Luka, bro.
Dog, you know how I went from LeBron James to be like, my next guy might be Luka Doncic. Dog, like, I am a Luka Doncic fan, dog. Like, I love that dude, right? So, like, for me, I'm like, shit, let's go Lakers. Like, LeBron made me, like, I went from hating the Lakers all my life, my whole life. LeBron James got to the Lakers in 2018. I'm like, all right, cool. I guess I got to get Laker gear now. I got Lakers shit just hanging around every now and then. Now I got Luka. I'm like, yeah, maybe this relationship gonna last a lot longer than I thought. Like that, like when Allen Iverson went to the Mavericks, to the Nuggets. I was a Nugget fan. He went to Detroit. I'm back to being a Detroit fan. Memphis. He went to Turkey. I'm a fan of this Greek team, which I don't give a damn. Where you at Iverson? Luka is that impactful. He moves the needle. Gilbert Arenas, his podcast, right? They broke a record yesterday on their live stream because it's an LA podcast basically. That's how big Luka is, bro. Like Luka is like Black History Month got like pushed it aside for a couple weeks because Luka Doncic is there.
Nice try, Josh Allen. Luka got it.
That is the impact that Luka has. So for them to make that move, again, we want to talk basketball. Right now on the court, I look at Dallas, look at LA, right? And we know LA, as we're recording this right now we know shit could happen like this. Kevin Durant might be a Laker tomorrow. We don't even know at this point. Anybody can get got at this point. And I think that's as we go down this rabbit hole, because that's one of my points. What we just witnessed is that, remember the decision that shit happened, and the player control of the NBA, the players got the control back. The front office after this trade, bro, Joel Embiid is playing tonight. Joel Embiid has been chilling on the couch for 3 weeks. Luka Doncic got traded. Joel Embiid said, "Hey, let me wrap these bitches up, and let's rock." That is the impact that this trade just had. So, talking basketball, I look at Dallas, right? They got Kyrie Irving, Klay Thompson, PJ Washington, Luka Doncic, and they got a good squad, bro. Max Chris is a good player.
Dave Doncic anymore.
Huh?
They don't have Luka Doncic anymore.
Luka shit, dog.
Anthony Davis. You got Anthony Davis.
Anthony Davis. They got the Duke Lively. They got Gafford. They got I think they have a solid team, and I think they can contend right now in the West. Right now.
I think that addition, yes. I think it because they needed a solid big there.
And
we know someone's not going to play center, so he'll play power forward. But
it's like, who is the cream of the crop right now in the West? OKC, they're still kind of young to me. Like as great as they're playing, I still don't believe, right? I still believe that Jokic, if he wants to, he can make another run. And I always thought when Luka got back, Dallas can make a run again. Even with AD, Kyrie, and Clay, with PJ Washington and Gafford and those boys, I'm like, they can still make a run. So right now, I look on paper, I'm like, they're fine. But let's look at the Lakers side, right? Anthony Davis was 31 years old. He turns 32 shortly. Obviously, he's been dealing with the injuries in and out the lineup. Cool, we get it. But he's having a great year. He's an all-star, voted an all-star again. They're losing a big defensive presence in LA, right? But you got LeBron and Luka. You got an old LeBron who can still do what he does. And you got Luka. You got Austin Reeves, who I was calling Luka. I was calling the white Luka. That's how I call Austin Reeves the white Luka. That's crazy. They got Austin Reeves. They got Rui. No. We know they need to make a move for big. We all know. Everybody is saying they need to go get help in the inside, right? Looking at basketball right now, we gonna give this shit a 5-year window. Who is going to benefit the most, not overall, long-term, all the way down the line. We're going to give this a 5-year window. Who do you feel benefits the most in this 5-year window right now? Actually, let's give it 3. 3-year window. So counting this year, 2025, 2026, 2026, 2027, and 27, 28. So from now on to 2028, who do you think benefits the most out of this situation right now? Because LeBron ain't gonna be there in 5 years. So let's give it this window right here. Who do you think benefits the most?
I mean, I want to give it to the Lakers because you just got a generational player. You really did. Um, I like the get for the Mavericks, I do, but is is Kyrie really happy there? He's a ticking time bomb always to me with what he wants to do. Um, he might even join the Lakers. Who never knows? You never know what happens. Uh,
That's
Clay
too many handlers.
Clay's been linked to the Lakers too somehow, like over the years. You never know what happens that. And Anthony Davis, like you get to be the focal point again there for probably a 3-year window or whatever. Now you're at the point where people are looking at you like, Anthony Day-to-Day Davis over here is we know we know what he is. So
My dog has played well over the last 2 years.
yeah,
The disrespect he's not.
I will give him his flowers. I really will. But can I go down my rabbit hole real quick on all of this stuff too?
Go ahead.
All right, yeah, but I want to give it to the Lakers because Luka is only 25 years old.
In this 3-year window.
I'm giving it to the Lakers.
Right.
Giving it to the Lakers because they can clear up all that cap space that they have and get rid of those players and get other guys in there. I mean, I know they keep shooting themselves on first round picks and stuff, but let's be honest, do these first round picks add up to anything?
The Lakers have never given a shit about a first round pick in their life, dog. They didn't draft Kobe. They didn't draft Shaq. The only player they drafted is Magic Johnson. I don't know about, huh?
James Worthy.
Okay, yeah, that was in the middle of a dynasty. How did they pull that shit off? David Stern. David Stern. So come on, bro.
Yeah, you're right. Here's the thing, man. I went down this rabbit hole to see what was going on from the Lakers side of things. They were very upset with Anthony Davis. From what I keep reading, is Anthony Davis has kind of shot himself in the foot saying he doesn't want to play the center position when they want him to play the 5. He wants to be more impactful at the 4. And I mean, it proves he's better at the 4 than the 5. He is Mr. Glass.
He's been playing the 5 pretty much all year. He's been playing fine. Yeah. So it's hard. It's in today's NBA, it's like you're not going against Shaq. You're not going against Patrick Ewing. You're not going against David Robinson. You got Joel Embiid and you got Jokic. Outside of those two, who are you really concerned about?
Like, bam, get down, buddy. You only 6'9".
Think about it. Take away Jokic and take away Embiid. Who else? Yeah. Giannis plays the 4. Like, who else?
I mean, you're right. I think the way he views it is like teams like the Knicks get Cat and they put him at the 4, and they're like, why can't I do that, man? Like we can't. No, but I'm just saying it's the way he views it. And we won a championship with me at the 4. We had JaVale McGee and Dwight Howard rotate out, and we were able to do that. Go back to basics. Go what you know. That's what the Lakers should have did.
I agree.
They pussyfooted around and got some bum ass centers and put them in there, and they're not good. Do what you know. Get 2 decent centers, one who's a fucking all-pro NBA player and out of his prime, and a guy can dunk the ball that has long arms and looks like an alien. So just do what you do. So Anthony Davis shot himself in the foot in that comment going on, what's the hot chick on NBA TV? What's her name?
NBA TV?
Yeah.
Not Rachel DeBita.
The one that's married to the white dude.
Who? Oh, wait. You mean on ESPN?
NBA, yeah.
Oh, Malika Andrews.
Yeah.
She married to David McMenamin, whatever his name is.
Oh, fuck that dude. Anyways,
you said she was hot. She's cute.
She's hot to me, man.
Cutie. That's all she is.
Anyways, he shot himself going into that interview and telling her that. And apparently,
no, that was Shams. He told that to Shams.
Was it Shams? Oh no, yeah, you're right. It was Shams. He did tell it to Shams in an interview. And then Dallas side of things, everyone's got to know Mark Cuban is not out of the picture, but he's not the majority owner. So what Mark Cuban says does not go. Yeah. whine and bitch about it, but they're gonna be like, sorry, bro. That's why you're minority owner now.
The substitute teachers are in there now. They're like, okay, we make the rules now, bitch.
We've got these businessmen. Adelman, I think is her name. Um, she's the majority owner, and they laughed at the idea when this was brought up. When he posted this. And they were apparently frustrated because of Luka's conditioning skills, which I think
the ownership, the GM, or the coaching staff, or who?
Front office was pissed off with it because
who was in the front? We talking about higher ups.
I'm talking about this. I'm reading front office. I'm reading Nico was pissed. I'm reading the VP of operations was pissed. A couple guys were there, and Nico is the perfect fall guy for all this, and I'm going to get to that in a second. Why he's the perfect fall guy for all of this shit. But they were upset with his conditioning and felt that was going to impact the way the trajectory the Mavericks were trying to go. So they decided to call the Lakers and only the Lakers because they had their eyes on one player, and that was Anthony Davis. And we'll say
Pelinka and Nico have a relationship.
Mm-hmm. They have a relationship too.
Kobe, God bless dead. He's part of that little trio right there. So,
I'm gonna get to why he's the perfect fallout guy. I mean, you mentioned it earlier, to be honest with you. So that's how the trigger was pulled on that. But going down the rabbit hole and listening to another podcast guy bring in a fan who made some very, very articulate comments about this whole thing, speaking as a Dallas Mavericks fan and this whole organization, it's all incentivized about money. Because then we saw that they didn't have to pay Luka the Supermax deal, and that's wild. That's a player that I feel like is well deserved of it. He is loyal. He did everything he could with a bum ankle and still got you the finals. And it sucks that he didn't win, but like that Boston Celtics team, come on. Like we knew that they were hungry for it. We've been dogging Jason Tatum all year. We've been, still bashing on Jaylen Brown and his fucking hot boy summer that he had and crying about everything. How much more good do you want?
Well, we knew that team was.
We knew this was primed for this. They made the right moves. So not giving Luka the Supermax was played into it. What was the first thing that was said? And I was like, wow, it makes sense that they would move on from this because, they're cheap. They're cheap. And I feel bad for the guy off of that. But then I read what this fan said, and he made up a lot of smart talking points. He said that this is all driven around money. And if you think it's for the Supermax deal, it's partially part of it. But this family, the Edelman family, or whatever the last name is, fuck that lady, sorry. She wants to get a casino into Dallas. Like how we have all these sports stadiums with things around it, kind of like how Philly has a lot of stuff around the stadium over there. You go to all these big.
I went to Scottsdale, Arizona, and I went to Phoenix. So basically, it's all the same kind of. It's like Riverview branded to like Tampa, right? So if you go to the Cardinal Stadium, I went to the DraftKings like sportsbook arena, basically, it's like right next to the stadium. Dopest experience I've ever been to in my entire life. There's so much money to be made in sports gambling right now because of that. So I 1,000% get the logic. They got that big ass screen that they have in Dallas that you can feel like you're there. It makes sense.
So she wants to bring gambling into and around the stadium is what they're wanting. But because legislation isn't allowing that to happen for this year, they're in a way blackballing the legislation for them to get this in there. And if not, pull out of Dallas and go to move the team to Vegas because Vegas is itching. We all know they have a women's basketball team. They are itching to get a NBA team over there. And this is what these people were brought in to do, was to bring gambling and make it the focal point there to make more money for the organization while having a mediocre basketball team. At this point, you can't have a superstar. You have to worry about the task at hand and getting these type of things done. And if it doesn't, boom, you ship them on out. Either way, you're going to win. You sell the team or you move the team over there. Gambling is allowed. You build it all there. Boom, you're good to go. You make your money. Now, here's where it gets even more funnier. I said Mark Cuban earlier. Mark Cuban, still part of the Mavericks organization, is an overseer of basketball operations. I don't know what that means because he didn't see the operations that happened that night. So, but the idea is what I kept saying is that what they would end up doing is selling their stake back to him so he could rebuild this all over again and come out like, smelling like a white mushroom. Like, oh, I'm the savior. I'll fix all of this. I'm handling my tech stuff. I got my lawsuits and, woman shit that I got going on in the background that I got to take care of. I got to disappear. But when we're all said and done, boom. However, these people want to do more business and creative ideas. They're not sharing what they want to do with me, but it's more into the advantage of what they can get out of it and pull out because they don't care about basketball. Mark Cuban is an owner that is a fan of basketball. I don't know too many of those that are out there outside of Mark Cuban.
When's like the last time we seen him like on the sideline with the team? Like we don't really see that anymore, right?
That much, no.
It's sad, but that used to be a cool shit to me. Like with him specifically, that was cool to me.
Correct. But we know he is a fan of the game. There aren't many owners you see down there. We see Steve Ballmer. He's a newer one, but he's a fan of the game. Mark Cuban and him are the only two that I can think of. I can't think of any other ones, to be honest with you.
You're right.
GMs, we know the presidents, we know the ones that are fans of shit, but we don't see the owners there. Jeannie Buss will be there for, International Women's Day and shit. And
shout out to International Women's Day.
Which brings me to my last point. Nico, what's his last name?
Is it Collins?
No. Is it Nico? No, Nico Collins is a football player. Harrison? Nico Harrison?
Harrison or Harris,
whatever the fuck the guy's name. He's the perfect fallout.
Harrison.
He's the perfect fallout guy for this because, one, he was a failed basketball player who went undrafted, didn't make it to the NBA, and started out as a scout, then ended up working for Nike, mainly the Kobe Bryant shoe. So this is where the Rob Pelinka ties come in. Rob Pelinka. Rob Pelinka is part of the Lakers camp now.
Oh, he lived in Oregon. Yeah, he was there. He was there.
Yeah. So he is the perfect fallout guy because he is a guy who pitched Steph Curry. Steph Curry, before he came in the NBA, was on a Nike deal. And fell through because you bring this guy in and he doesn't call him by his name.
And he gave us this whack-ass Steph Curry Under Armour bullshit ass. I got to deal with Steph Curry with Under Armour because of you, Nico. The hell are we doing? Oh, my bad.
Dude was a Nike athlete. He got a Nike deal, but didn't have his own shoe. And when it came down to make an own line, he was the one to pitch it. And he dropped the ball. And that year, 3 players from Under Armour won it.
How does GM is the question. How does anybody, I look at certain people, all right, Rob Pelinka. He was an agent for Kobe Bryant, former Michigan basketball player. But what is the qualifications that you need to have to become a GM? Because I'm looking at his shit. He went from playing at Army, playing at Montana State, going undrafted, played 3 years for Asian teams and this team and that team, and then fizzled out. Nike happened after he was doing pharmaceutical sales. Next thing you know, he's the GM of basketball. How do you get that job?
Nike will take you places, man. Nike will open doors to you.
GM of an NBA team.
Okay, I'm just as confused as you are. Because you played basketball and Nike shoes doesn't make you a GM for me. The man must have spoke great, or he knows something about somebody. Maybe he's the one that knows shit about Mark Cuban.
As part of his role, represented players such as Michael Finley, remember the beer? He said, Luka, no, you can't drink that. Dirk, Tim Duncan, and Jermaine O'Neal. Then He got promoted to marketing with Nike, Michael Jordan with Bryant, and parlayed that shit to the fucking GM of the Mavericks.
Michael Finley apparently wanted Luka out of there too.
I can tell that beer shit. Though that we look back at the time, it was funny. Rewind the tape, look at it now, like, oh, this is a bigger deal than I thought. LeBron James couldn't get cookies on the plate with Pat Riley and the Heat. He said, "I'm cool. I'm going back to Cleveland." The littlest things, you be like, yeah, that's not a big deal. You don't realize, shit, my bad.
He's the perfect fallout guy, though. He's the perfect guy. You botch this, now you botch this. Who do we point the fingers at? They're not thinking about ownership. I mean, the real fans are. Everybody's talking about this guy. When you open up the shit, it's all about Nico. Oh, this guy, this and that. And if shit goes wrong, there's your guy you get rid of. And we know when Mark Cuban comes in there, he's getting rid of this dude. We know Mark Cuban's gonna be like, hey man, you traded my boy. I would have divorced my wife. I'm still with that bitch. You gone. I'm keeping my wife. Man, and here's another crazy thing. Luka contract is up.
Yeah, he has a year left.
An extension.
Yeah.
Not committed to it. You think the Mavericks go after him in the offseason?
No. He's staying with the Lakers. But LA, he ain't leaving LA.
I think so too. I feel bad for that man. I went down this rabbit hole all day yesterday, seeing what's going on and putting the pieces together. It does not smell good in Dallas. And I can't believe I'm saying that because of what Mark Cuban has created. Mark Cuban turned that organization around from the day he stepped in those doors. He got the right players. He saw Steve Nash.
And we watched him his whole since he was a young pup. We were younger, obviously, but we've seen him grow with that team, and he had Dirk for all those years. Like, it's dog. When you look back at history, Michael Jordan at one point did not want to be in Chicago. They said, "We will do whatever you need for us to keep you here." Kobe Bryant was trying to go to Chicago or the Clippers. He said, "Anywhere but here." Dr. Buss said, "We will do whatever it takes for you to keep you here." LeBron, they screwed that one up. He still came back to Cleveland. This shit, they burned the bridge, bro. They burned the bridge. This is a bad bridge to burn.
I want to believe that, but these are weird times. I think if that ownership got the fuck up out of there, and if what this guy who said all this shit is true, and I think if Mark Cuban came in there, I think he would find a way to rectify and find a way to get Luka back. I really do. But until Mark Cuban is sole owner or majority owner of this team, it sucks. It sucks, man. I mean, what can you do? I've never like rooted for an owner like I have Mark Cuban. And I'm not even a Mavericks fan. I'm just happy at what he's done for that organization. Because I can go back far and I can tell you the players that they had. And before Dirk Nowitzki, it was like fucking mop them up community there.
I mean, before Dirk, I mean, they still had what's his name, light-skinned dude, Jackson.
Yeah, Jim Jackson, Jason Kidd, Jamal Mashburn. They weren't winning shit though, and they weren't there long. They were gone. But as soon as that man walked through the doors, he beat the best team, one of the best teams assembled in basketball. Not one, not two, not three, not four.
He was there before that. He was there for like. He was
there before that, I know. But he got to beat that team. He was there, bro. We saw him with the Steve Nash, Michael Finley, Dirk Nowitzki shit. That shit was beautiful. Mix in mix in Tim Hardaway, whatever you want to throw in. Jerry Stackhouse.
There.
Those were fun times.
Yeah.
Eric Dampier or Sean Bradley at the center. Like, those were fun times.
Eric Dampier, according to Shaq.
Yeah.
But yeah, just reading this shit about Deco, bro. I'm like, yo, how did you get to this where you got to, bro? It's crazy to me.
If I was that man, I'd be hiring security at my house. Let's not forget. Wasn't Kennedy shot in cold in Dallas, right? Snipers on the grassy knoll, my man.
It was definitely Dallas.
On your head.
All right.
The Ouija brother now.
Right. As I'm going through my little allergy attack right now, let's just give me your quick take on
The Jazz. Just kidding.
that on the Spurs bullshit. So we got DeAaron Fox over with Wemby. We got Zach LaVine reunited with what's his name?
DeRozan.
DeRozan. They're not like us now is in Sacramento. And then I don't know. It's like DeAaron Fox was really pushing to get to San Antonio. That was always the word. And then you look at that team; they got a lot of guards and shit on that team. So, what is like the immediate like? Are we looking at 5 years down the line, or because like you look at the West, we're looking at Dallas with AD, Kyrie, Clay, PJ Washington, right? We're looking at LA, obviously with Luka. We got Jokic, we got Shea and Chet, and Jalen Williams, OKC. So where does this put San Antonio in the pecking order now? Because clearly we know Wemby's got next. That's the guy that we're all big on. Everyone's like, da. Where does this? Do you feel like this move was big enough to put them in that pecking order? Like, all right, we're gonna see the next 5-year plan. How do you see this move?
I think so. I think San Antonio already was enticing just because of the Wemby pick.
Yeah.
Pop is the coach. He's a player's coach.
Pop has not been coaching that team for like the last 3 months, by the way.
I know, but his name is still.
And we look down the line. How much more Pop we gonna get? You know what I mean? God bless, but
Pop gonna get as long as he wants until he decides to hang it up.
But his health, bro. His health is.
I know his health, but like he's got say until he's like, you know what? Here's my successor, or this is the guy. This is the guy. He knows the ins and outs.
Yeah.
And the Spurs, I say this, but like what I just saw the other day is historically a good franchise. The way that they keep coaches, keep players, get the right guys in there. And I think the De'Aaron Fox one, how often do we really see a player say like, this is where I want to go and the trade is facilitated? Usually it's just like, whatever we're going to get, we're going to get.
Yeah.
They were able to, we all saw the links. Everyone wanted to throw, the Lakers, everybody, the Lakers. Anybody's going to the Lakers, man. Fucking Shohei Ohtani's going to the Lakers, bro.
Hey, if it ain't the Lakers, they go into the Dodgers. We know that shit.
but this is one where it worked out for a lot of teams. The Bulls want to dump capital. They want to get back to sucking. They're getting rid of everybody. Lonzo's supposedly gone next. Vucevic is supposedly gone next. And they're going to go through that rebuild mode, which sucks because we really want to see Chicago back to being,
they all remember post Jordan, we got they drafted Jay Williams. He had the motorcycle accident. They went through some more shit. They had Derrick Rose wins MVP early. And then you say no more. It's like they can't get right. It's like
they were right with they were
like almost there with them. It's like
that Bulls team was right though. They just dismantled it too quick. But since then, like it's just been like high draft pick, nothing from it. High draft pick, nothing from it. Wendell Carter Jr., Orlando Magic. Like it doesn't make sense what they do. And I just don't see any like there's of course in a draft you're gonna have a guy that you turn heads from because it's like supply and demand with players. But Chicago just can't get it right. And hopefully one day they do, but I don't want to sit on them. Sacramento, don't get me started on that team. That like when I want to give them like you guys are doing good things. Mike Brown. Why do we get rid of Mike Brown?
I mean, Doug Christie. I grew up. Remember back in the day.
I remember Doug Christie.
Remember those were the Doug, Chris Webber, Peja, Mike Bibby. Those were great days.
Let's not take away from what Mike Brown did for that team, okay? He won Coach of the Year, and then you fire his ass. What kind of dumb shit is this? We've seen that in baseball. We saw it with Freddie Gonzalez when he did it for the fucking Marlins and then went to wherever he did. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. What more do you want? It's hard to do this when you have teams like the Lakers and the fucking Celtics and the Knicks and all these competitive teams out there. And then the ones that get the shit right would draft. So the Kings, I don't know what they're trying to do. I just feel bad for Zach LaVine because he's like a true hooper's favorite type of player that just keeps going to ass teams. And then the Spurs get a gem out of De'Aaron Fox, a guy that I keep saying keeps getting snubbed for All-Star games. What more does he have to do? I think just get the fuck on out of Sacramento, man. You can't do much more there. You've got a great center, power forward, whatever you want to label Sabonis as. It's you and him. You're having year after year good years statistically, but you ain't going anywhere. It's kind of like Myles Garrett saying, I want to get up on out of here.
Sometimes you got to just get the fuck up out of there, dog. Sometimes you got to get up out of there. So,
and San Antonio is going to be a place players are going to start paying attention. The younger talent, they hit a home run with the Castle pick. They hit a home run with that kid.
They were able to get De'Aaron Fox without giving up shit, honestly. Like, when we look at that trade, we're going to look back like, bro, who did they give up? Because, like, they were able to get Zach LaVine, so San Antonio didn't have to do shit. Because, like, I think they gave up Collins, the center, and Trey Jones and some shit. Cool. They still got Castle. You still got Vassell. You still got Keldon Johnson. You still got, obviously, Wemby. You still got Chris Paul to be there as a player coach now. Like, shit. they came out like bandits. Now, the Kings got a lot of draft picks. What they do with those draft picks, who knows? But I don't know. I feel like the real thing, though, is what does this do for Wemby? Does this speed up like all right, it's time to win? Or do you think that they'll still be patient with him? Because, like, he's an all-star this year. Year 2, all-star. So
in 1 year 1.
Are we speeding up the process or like, all right, we're playing this a slow game?
I think we're doing both. I think we're speeding up the process by getting him a good, like Chris Paul. You say Chris Paul going to the bench. I have a feeling Chris Paul plays well with 2 guards. He really does. Say what you want, man, but I have a feeling
De'Aaron Fox is a point guard. Chris Paul is a point guard.
I'm just saying.
In Golden State, they said, Chris Paul, get your ass to the bench. Here, Chris Paul, get your ass to the bench. But they just drafted Castle, bro. Castle is a point guard.
No, he's a shooting guard. He's not a point guard.
A small shooting guard.
A small forward shooting guard, man.
I don't know.
I knew that guy. Regardless, like I got a feeling they're gonna do some weird things with the lineup. But I like it because you have the guy of Chris Paul there to whisper in the ear of De'Aaron Fox and the young guys, and like you said, player coach type of thing. Yeah. So we'll see what happens there. I like it, and I think it's more of a like it's a bit of both. Okay, we've got the 2 guys. We got the foundation of a point guard and the big. Now let's get the fillers. We got the budding Castle that's coming in. Who else can we put around this to make it? Because
Castle 6'6".
Yeah, he's like
I thought he was like 6'3", 6'4".
Oh, bro, he's big. I watch Connecticut games. I know my team, bro. So
my bad. Shit, my bad.
What's the guy? Keldon Johnson, and who's the other guy that's been there for a while?
Vassell or Vassell. How do you say that?
Those guys are just like they're glue guys. They're like fillers.
But he's nice though. He's nice with it.
No,
they got a nice little team with them. 6'5", Vassell. They got 6'6". I didn't know Castle was 6'6". Mm-hmm. That completely just blew my mind. Him, I still think you can put Chris Paul on the bench and let him just coach more than play. And then you still got Sohan, who's like your Dennis Rodman type of player.
Yeah, Sochan is a Dennis Rodman type player. He is. They have the foundations to make a good little core there. They're doing the right things. They've been drafting well, so I'll give them their kudos on things, but they're gonna have to get some vets in there that want to go and play there. And I think a guy like Wemby want to do that, or take the international route. They did it before.
We talk about San Antonio. They going to take the international route. They'll figure that part out. And I just want to say, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. Joel Embiid has been hurt for 15 games. We don't know where the hell he's been at. And once his name gets traded, and B comes back and drops a triple double, it just tells me everything I need to know, bro. 29, 11, and 10 out of nowhere. I just want to say that. So, all right, let's move on. Let's just really quickly talk about the All-Star selections as before we wrap this shit up. We gave our selections last week. The actual pool came back of who's going to be doing now. The All-Star format, that's a whole other story. We can say that shit for next week or whatever. But in the West, our reserves, the former Laker Anthony Davis, Anthony Edwards, James Harden. That was one of the people I think we both discussed as like on the fence about. Jaren Jackson Jr., Alfred Sengun, Wembanyama, and Jalen Williams. And on the East, our reserves are Jaylen Brown, Cade Cunningham, Darius Garland, Tyler Hero. I was right about that. Damian Lillard.
I told you to change my pick at the end from LaMelo to him. So
yeah. Tyler Hero, Damian Lillard, Evan Mobley, and Pascal Siakam, who I don't understand the Siakam pick. Personally, but the Pacers have played well in January, so give them that. So,
clean your nose. There you go.
Thank you. People who are considered snubs, Trae Young, he called it being trade. LaMelo Ball, who obviously was like the fan favorite for All-Star. Tyrese Maxey, who at first I didn't put 86ers in, but as I started watching the last couple of games, I'm like, no, he's definitely a snub. And then put Tyrese Halliburton, whatever, and Franz Wagner, right? On the West, snubs, Sabonis, who gets snubbed every year, Sacramento. Fox, who gets snubbed every year, former Sacramento. Kyrie Irving, who I voted for. Norman Powell, who I also voted for. And Devin Booker, the final one. So, based on that, what are your thoughts on who actually made it? And
Devin Booker didn't make the All-Star game?
Devin Booker did not make the All-Star game. Which, looking at the East. Look at the West.
I don't get Siakam. I don't get Jared.
Look at the West. Okay,
Jackson.
We're still getting yes or no. Okay, AD. Yes. Anthony Edwards.
Yes.
James Harden.
No.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
No.
Alfred Sengun.
Yes.
Wembanyama.
Oh yeah.
And Jalen Williams. OKC.
I'm not mad with it.
So you said no to Harden and Jaren Jackson Jr.
Mm-hmm.
So out of those, who would you'd put Sabonis and Fox? Basically,
numbers
like between Sabonis, Fox, Kyrie Irving, Devin Booker, and Norman Powell, who would you put over those two?
Sabonis for sure, guys. He's just a poor man's fucking Jokic.
Yeah, literally.
And then the last one, let Kyrie and fucking Devin Booker and fucking DeAaron Fox fight for it, man. I think points per game. Don't we want to watch a high-scoring game? Who's scoring the most points out of them all? DeAaron Fox, right?
I mean, for me, I'll definitely AD for sure, Ant-Man for sure. Harden, I wasn't really rolling with that one. I would probably put DeAaron Fox. No, I would Kyrie. I would have Kyrie over him. Jaren Jackson Jr., I understand. I do understand. They're number 3 in the West. They're number 3 in the West, and he's played well since like December. He's played really well. However, if it's between him and Sabonis, probably voting for Sabonis, if we're being honest. I know I had Norman Powell in mind, but I'm not mad that they didn't put him. I'm happy to put Sengun in, but I wouldn't be mad if they took Sengun out and put Sabonis in for that too either. It's so hard.
Who in the West, you got to put somebody there, man. Like, Sengun should have been there last year, and he didn't make it.
But statistically, you got to, like, show me something more than...
I saw a meme. It was, like, comparing NBA players to Pokemon. and it was like Charmander, Sengun, Charmeleon, Sabonis, Charizard, Jokic. Like that is the perfect correlation right there for those three.
And now the Lakers got Dalton Connect, Charmander, Austin Reeves is Charmeleon, and Luka Doncic, Charizard. They got the lineage over in LA. Anyway. All right. In the East, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah.
Cade Cunningham.
Absolutely.
Darius Garland.
I was on the fence about it, but I'm not opposed to it.
I put on his head. Tyler Hero.
Yeah, he was my last one.
Damian Lillard.
Yeah.
Evan Mobley.
Oh yeah.
Pascal Siakam.
Nah.
So those are two, basically. So the Trae Young, so just looking at guards.
Fuck Trae. Never sniffs an All-Star game.
Huh?
Hope that motherfucker never sniffs an All-Star game.
Chill out, bro. You said you on the fence on Darius Garland?
No, I don't have a problem with him being there. I get it.
You on the fence with him?
I was on the fence with it, but like looking at his
fence with him, would you either have Trae Young or him?
Oh, him?
LaMelo Ball or him?
Him?
Tyrese Maxey or him?
Tyrese Maxey.
All right, cool. And then Pascal Siakam. Trae Young or Pascal?
Pascal.
What the? That's just you being a hater. What the hell is Pascal Siakam doing?
Fuck Pascal Siakam.
LaMelo Ball or Pascal?
Pascal.
What?
Who's the other one? There's another one that's a snub in the East, I feel like.
Tyrese Maxey or Pascal? We already said that. All right. Franz Wagner.
He didn't play enough. I feel like a guy from the Magic should be there, though.
Nah, that team's been struggling lately. I don't know what the hell's going on with the Magic. I don't know. The Siakam one kind of confused me a little bit. I don't see it. I could see, like, to be Tyrese, I would take Tyrese Maxey over. You can't take Tyrese over Garland because they got the best record, and it's not like he's a bad player. He's the number.
No problem with him. I would replace Siakam with fucking Tyrese Maxey though.
Dame
deserves to be there.
Has Dame been playing that well this year?
Yes, he has. Dame has been playing well.
All right.
They gave Scotty Barnes a nod last year. Like, what the fuck is he doing? He's on a shitty team though.
Let's be honest, okay? You know how we have our biases on where players play. It was Chris Bosh went from Toronto to Miami.
Bro,
I knew he was good in Toronto, but damn, we knew he was him in Miami. Vince Carter. Tracy McGrady.
Okay, I don't have a problem with Scotty Barnes. What I'm saying is that he's on a crap team and he got the nod.
Well, last year they were a little bit better.
KK, stop doing this shit. Okay, bro, I don't care. Tyrese Maxey is a very good basketball player. These Sixers are having a bad year like they do in and out, okay? This one is more Joel Embiid induced, which usually is, but the man is holding up his own end of the bargain, and he deserves to be an all-star. Wild to me that he is not.
I'm trying to think who's probably going to be hurt out of these people. Now, I think everybody in the East is going to be there. The West, I don't think anyone's going to be like an injury replacement. No, Jokic, AD, maybe nah.
Day-to-day Davis, Anthony Day-to-day Davis.
I don't know. Either way, I don't know. It's like I don't know, dude. And then I was looking at the dunk contest participants.
Don't care.
It's like Mac McClung and a bunch of others again. It's just like I don't know. Like I didn't watch no Pro Bowl shit at all, and now I'm thinking, you know how much I used to love looking forward to watching the All-Star game. I'm like, am I gonna miss the All-Star game again? Like, am I gonna miss it? I didn't watch it last year, dog. Am I gonna miss it again? Now they got this tournament style bullshit. We'll dive a little deeper into it after the Super Bowl and everything like that, but because they're gonna do like the team, 4-team, like
it's wild. Just let them wear their fucking colored jerseys and the white jerseys and let them go against each other like they used to, man.
How about this? Let's do something that's actually like I might actually be interested in. The NBA Celebrity Game has been announced. The roster for that has been announced. We got coaches Barry Bonds and 2 Chainz on the one side, and then we got Jerry Rice and KB Lane. I don't know. All right, we got Kai Cenat,
Okay.
Juski, Shabuzi, Noah Kahan,
I don't know nobody else after that.
Chris Brickley. He's a trainer. Matt Barnes. Okay. Terrell Owens.
Will Matt Barnes fight?
Now he's better. Baron Davis. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know about anybody here.
Just remember when that white dude from the Obama administration used to go out there and hoop in those fucking like Adidas shoes every time and just
Give y'all 15.
play the power
15
forward proficiently? I was like, yeah, that guy.
y'all 15 and 10 every night.
Dude, he was a fucking baller, that guy.
Anyway, I've said all I can say. The allergies are taking over. Where can they find us at?
You can find us on Twitter at fair_weather_pod. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, pending TikTok. Search the Fair Weather Podcast, and where you subscribe to podcast audio, search the Fair Weather Podcast. Take it away with your words of wisdom.
Fly, Eagles, fly. Jalen Hurts. They've been talking shit about you these last couple of years. Shut them up. Saquon. Remember, they didn't want you in New York. Shut them up. AJ Brown. They gave you a hard time for reading on the sideline. Shut them up. Devontae Smith. They say you too skinny. Shut them up. Zach Bond. They say you special team. Special player. Shut them up. Brandon Graham. They say you too old. Shut them up. Jalen Carter. They say you too thug. Shut them up. TJ Gardner-Johnson. They say you too crazy. Shut them up. We go shop the world. Fly, Eagles, fly. Go Birds. That's all I gotta say. Adios.
I'll blow that.